Hello, children. So, in my last literature class, in my second literature class with you, we have uh, near about finished maximum of the lesson, first chapter. That was we won the big, right? What was the lesson? The night we won the big. So it's very understood till now by our till now discussion that how come the narrator was able to win the big the car. Okay, so what was it that it was he belonged to the narrator belonged to a very poor family, not exactly poor but not very well to do also. His father had to take so many responsibilities of his relatives, and so his father could not afford more maximum how much he could do. That much he could not afford because he had to distribute his salary or whatever he is gaining at the end of the month along with his family and with his relatives also. Anyways, the days were passing by. They were maintaining a very simple and very studious life. Suddenly, in the evening, they got a great surprise that narrator's father's lottery number had been selected to be the lucky draw. The big was in their house, but Naida's father was looking very depressed, not mentally at all sound and happy. And Narrator's mother told that he is suffering with an ethical problem. Now, what was the problem? The problem was Narrator's father bought two tickets. Two tickets. One ticket was for him and the other ticket was for his boss. And in his boss's ticket, there was written K, caps K, in a very light stroke, so that the narrator can easily understand that it is my boss's ticket, and the one with where his K is not written is mine. And both of the tickets were purchased by the name of his father. Now, mother met me in the living room. We have already crossed this part, but I am starting from a little bit beginning so that you can follow up. My mother met me in the living room. Don't be upset, she said. Your father is struggling with an ethical problem. I've already told you, ethics means some principles, some moral values, which each and every person follows. And so, narrator's father was also having some moral values. We will have to wait until he finds the right answer. Because he was fighting with himself. Because according to him, he was doing something wrong. He was not doing something right. So, what's the ethical about winning a big? Now, narrator was not so much mature. He was a small boy. He was feeling good. Now, I'm going to have a specific standard in the society. I'll also boast up myself and say, see, I'm also having a car, a four-wheeler like all others. But his father was telling that he is having some ethical problem. That's why he shouted, what's ethical about winning a big? The car may not be ours after all. There's a question. So his mother was continuously trying to console him and making him understand that the car may not be ours, my dear. There is a question, there is a doubt. I shouted hysterically. Hysterically? Kitty. Excuse me. Hysterically without any reason. Getting irritated. And you shout off. How can there will be a question? It was announced over the loudspeaker. She was getting so much angered that they have announced my father's name. Then why can there be a question? What the hell is the question all about? They have announced my father's name. The tickets was with my father. So the pig is going to be my father's. Then where from the ethic is coming in between that? Come here, son. She called his son. She called the narrator very politely. Come here. On the table under the lamp. Now listen this part very carefully, my dear children. This is the main climax. Why the narrator's father was suffering with an ethical problem. This is the point. So listen very, very carefully. On the table under the lamp were two raffle stubs, numbers 348 and 349. The winning number was 348. Do you see the difference between the two? Mother asked. Mother took him to the table, showed him two tickets. One was 348 and the other was 349. The winning number was 348. Now she asked, can you find any difference between these two tickets? I looked carefully. The only difference I can see is that 348 won. No other thing is there. Now he was just blind. Why? Because one thing only striking in his mind, that my father has bought a ticket and he has won the car. That's it. Hold 348 to the light and look hard. Now she told, take the ticket, keep it in front of the light. Now look at it very carefully. It required a lot of looking to see the faint letter K dimly marked in pencil on the corner. Do you see the K? Now she asked, can you see any letter over there? A K? Just barely. Just barely means hardly. খুব কষ্ট করে যেটা দেখতে হয়, that is barely. It stands for Kendrick. He was like, what? Kendrick? Who is Kendrick? You remember? Kendrick is the boss. Narrator's father's boss, under whom narrator's father was working. Remember? Kendrick. And Kendrick starts with the alphabet K. So, it was for the marking that it is Kendrick's ticket. He has written K very dimly, very minutely, in a very light stroke. Jim Kendrick, Dad's boss. Yes, she explained. My father had asked Jim if he wanted to buy a ticket. Jim had mumbled. Mumbled? তোতলানো হ্যাঁ মানে like this. Why not? And turned back to what he was doing. I may never have crossed his mind again. Dad then bought 2 tickets in his own name with his own money, marking 348 for Kendrick, a scarcely discernible thin mark on one stub that could be obliterated by the slightest rub of the thumb. So, what is the main matter? He has bought 2 tickets, 348 and 349. Now, 348 was for his boss. And there he has written, I have already sent you the meaning of discernible. Discernible means recognizable, that can be understood. And obliterated, deleted. That means if you want to rub the K with your thumb, then it will be rubbed. It will be rubbed. There will be nothing over there. No marking. So, there he has written K at the corner so that it can be easily detected which ticket is of whose. To me, here me means the narrator, it was an open and shut case. Jim Kendrick was a multimillionaire. Open and shut case means where there is nothing to think of. Open and shut case is a phrase or phrasal, idiom. Means যেখানে ভাবার কিছু থাকে না. There is nothing to think of. There is nothing to think about and take the decision. You have to highlight all the senses on the matter. It's nothing like that. Now, why he was feeling that it's an open and shut case? Because that also he has mentioned. Jim Kendrick was a millionaire. Millionaire means he was having enough amount of money. More than enough. He owned a dozen cars. One car is nothing for him. Owned, having, his own. OWN, own. He is having more than dozen cars. He lived on an estate. Estate means a big area, more a very very big area of house, which is bigger than a bungalow. Estate with a staff of servants. Staff of servants means innumerable servants. One to cook, one to serve, one to wash, one to broom, one to look after the whole thing, one to serve him coffee, like that. Including two chauffeurs. Chauffeurs, drivers. CHAUFFEURS. Chauffeurs. Many of people pronounce like chauffeurs. Chauffeurs or chauffeurs. Both of the pronunciation is correct. You can use anyone. Chauffeurs, another car meant less to him than a snaffle on the barkey's harness. And more than a dozen of car he's having. So what does it count if he is going to have one more? Let it be. It is nothing. It is nothing for him. Then the snuffle. Snuffle means ghonar pair khoor. The tuk 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 sound is coming out, no? Barkey's harness meant to us. ঘোড়ার পায়ের যে টক টক আওয়াজটা যেটার জন্য হয়, that sound is compared, I mean, it was so valueless. It is, the writer wants to show that it was a valueless thing for him. Dad's got to keep it. What's a big deal? He is having more than a dozen, more than 12 or 13 cars. If there is one more, it doesn't create a new sense for him. But it is much more important for us because we are living in this situation. If we get a car, it's really a very auspicious thing for us. I know he'll do what's right, Mother said calmly. She smiled and she said, I know, I have full faith on my husband, on your father. He knows what to do and he'll do what is right. So you better stop the matter over here. At last we heard Dad's step on the front porch space. I held my breath. He was, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? He was just in a great excitement. Shall Dad is going to keep the car? Oh no. He'll give it back. What is going to do? God. He was feeling like that. He went straight to the phone in the dining room and dialed. Gone. The thing which he was scaring of, his dad did the same thing. He put up the receiver, dialed the number. Can you tell me whose number he dialed? Boss's number, Kendrick's number. Kendrick's phone rang for a long time. A servant finally answered. From what Dad said at our end, I could tell that Kendrick had to be awakened. I could not follow what Dad was telling to the servant, but one thing I can follow, that my father insisted the servant to make Kendrick get off of his sleep. He was sleeping probably. He was annoyed at being roused from sleep and was far from pleasant. Naturally, he was sleeping and my father insisted him to get up from there. So he was very annoyed, angered, angry, gussa karna. Not at all pleasant, not at all happy. My father had to explain the whole thing from the beginning. Now, my father had to explain. He was sleeping, he was resting, and my father insisted him to get up from there. Now it is my father's duty to explain each and everything to him. The next afternoon, Kendrick's 2 chauffeurs arrived in the station wagon. Very next day, Kendrick's 2 drivers came. Before driving the Bic away, they presented Dad with a box of cigars. See what type of mentality they are having. You know, children, God has given us so many things, but we are the most thankless person in the world. The more we get, the more we demand. The less we get, the less we demand. This in this story, Kendrick is having more than a dozen of cars. He could have easily given the car to narrator's father, but he had not done so. I have won it. He could have thought of it that I'm having dozens of car. He was the person who has bought the ticket for me. He insisted me to buy the ticket. Now all because of him I have won the car. So let's make this a gift to him. He'll be happy. His children will be happy. So what's the big deal? But he did not think like that. He sent his two drivers. They came. They gifted a box of cigar. Cigar, it's a smoky thing like that. So cigar, and this is the box. You can see the box over here. This is the box, and these are the two tickets. Okay. So he has given a box of cigar to Anita's father. We did not get a car until after I was grown up. And similarly, the days get goes on like that, having nothing, whatever is having, just adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. But when narrator grew up, they got a car. But as time went on, my mother's aphorism, as the time was rolling out, time and tide waits for none. Okay. So as the time was going on, my mother continuously was poking. If you have a character, you have better part of wealth. Took on a new meaning. In the very beginning, narrator and his father or his family members used to get irritated, but then they took it as an energy drink. Let mother poke us like that. Her poking will insist us, rather instigate us to do something good in our life. And finally they achieved. Looking back over the years, I know now we were never richer than we were at that moment when dad made the telephone call. Looking back over the years, now at present they are rich, they are having a car, they are having a good, well to do condition. But at that time, when father won the car, for the time being they became suddenly rich. Winning a car in a lucky draw, all of a sudden, all the stars were shining in front of his eyes. But just for a moment, they became rich. And the moment his father dialed up the number to Kendrick, his boss, all their richness evaporated, diluted. So, my children, that's it. This is the end of the lesson. One thing I must tell you, I know many of you are thinking that why Kendrick has taken the car, he could have give that to Narrator's father. Very true. That is the character of Kendrick. Selfish, self-centered, never think about others. But I do respect Narrator's father's character. Look, my dear, there is a proverb in English. If health is lost, nothing is lost. You can recover your health, you can have good food, good well being, and then again you can be a good person. If wealth is lost, nothing is lost. Wealth means money. If you lose money, you can again regain it. But if character is lost, your everything is lost. You cannot regain your character. And principle, being a ethical person, is a very genuine part of your character. So be an ethical person in life. Always try to be an ethical person in life. Don't ever compromise with your ethics, principles, moral values. These are the three pillars which will raise you high up and make you touch the sky of success. I hope you all have understood the lesson very clearly. In the next class, I'll discuss with you all the tough words, hard words in the lesson, along with the question answers, meanings, mixed sentences, everything. Right? So please go through the class very nicely. Read it twice, thrice, how many times is required. And in my next class, we will sit with all our problems and I'll sort it out. Okay? Take care. Be healthy. Always be happy.